Yeah, for Selenium, Java, either Java or C Sharp or Python, any one program language is required to write automation scripts. Uh, just core Java concepts are enough. There is no too much learning in Java. Just whatever concept is required, you need to learn those things and you need to implement those in Selenium concepts. Already in the Selenium, all the methods are available. Just you need to use those methods. You no need to write any methods. Already methods are available in the Selenium. Those are inbuilt methods. You need to use those methods. So how we will use those methods? How we will use those methods? We need to understand Java before that. If you understand Java concepts, you can able to easily use Selenium. I hope all of you know Selenium is an open source tool. By using Selenium, we can able to automate all web applications. So here in this course, I will cover Java core Java concepts and C sharp basic C sharp concepts and Selenium concepts. Because nowadays we are getting calls with Selenium with C sharp as well as Selenium with Java, but we are getting more calls from Selenium with C sharp. Both are similar. There is no much difference. But in C sharp, we are using .NET language. .NET in Java, normal Java language. Normal Java, core Java is enough. There is no much difference between Java and C sharp while you are using into Selenium. Okay, let's start my session. I'm sharing my screen. Okay. So in Selenium, first we need to learn locators. This is the most important concept. If you know locators, you can easily do your job because all the methods are available in the Selenium. Just you need to use those methods, but you need to pass your locator. For example, how we are doing automation. Just for sample, I am explaining. For example, let's take Amazon site. Manually, I am opening Amazon site. So I given URL amazon.in. So in the already manual testers develop test cases and test steps for each scenario. By using those steps, we need to automate our scripts. For example, if I want to add any mobile to the cart, so how the manual test steps they will return manual guys. All of you, I hope all of you have experience in manual testing. If anyone don't know testing basics also, please let me know. If anyone don't know testing basics, I
Yeah,
will.
Navin, I don't know. I don't know about it.
I
Okay,
this is Manju sir. I also don't know.
okay. I will cover manual testing also, no problem. Today I will give Today I will give briefly demo on testing concepts, manual testing as well as automation, Selenium with Java. So in manual testing, what you testing means testing means our main aim is we need to identify defects in the application. We need to identify defects in the application. For example, for example, one of our requirement is this mobile tab, this mobile tab, all the letters, all the letters should be displayed in the small letters. In the home page, this mobile tab, all the letters should be displayed in small letters. That is our requirement. My requirement is mobile tab should be displayed with mobile tab should be displayed all letters all are in small letters. So this is my requirement. So for this, what we will do, first we will launch Amazon application, amazon.in. So we will launch our application and we will see mobile tab is displayed or not. If you launch your application, mobile tab is displaying or not in the home page. If it is displaying, we need to validate whether the mobile's letters all are displaying in small letters or not. So here the first letter is displaying in the capital and remaining all letters are displaying in the small. So as per our requirement, what is this? All letters should be in, as per our requirement, all letters should be in small, but in the actual result, it is displaying, starting letter is displaying in the capital letters. Starting letter is displaying in the capital letters. That means there is the difference between the expected result and actual result. There is a difference between the expected result and actual result. What is our expected result here?
All letters should be in small.
All letters should be in small, but here starting letter in the mobiles, it is displaying in the capitals. So if your actual result, if your actual result if your actual result is not equal to expected result, if your actual result is not equal to expected result, in testing we will call it as defect. Defect or bug. Defect or bug. Defect or bug means variation between the actual result and expected result. So in testing, our main motto is we need to identify defects in the application. In testing, we need to identify defects in the application. According to the requirement, according to the requirement, our application is working as expected or not. That is our motto. For this, how we will write manual steps. So, for example, let us take test case ID. test steps. Just a generic example I am giving. Test case description, test step ID, step description, actual result, expected result, status. For example, just now consider our this requirement. Our test case description is validate mobile stack should be displayed in small letters. So this is our requirement. For this requirement, what we will do first, the step one, in the Amazon homepage. This is our requirement. For this, what we will do, our test steps, manual testers will write test steps for this requirement. Manual testers will write test steps for this requirement. How they will return? So each and every step, what are the actions? What are the actions they will do? What are the actions they will do for to identify the defects in the application? So first first action is they will navigate to the Amazon application. So to navigate the Amazon application, we need to give URL HTTPS. So whatever you are entering in the application, whatever data you are entering up in the application, you need to give in the test data. You need to provide that value in the test data column. HTTPS www.amazon.in. What is our expected result for this step? If the user navigate to the Amazon application by using this URL, what is our expected result? Hello,
Amazon app application should display.
Amazon application should be Amazon application should be displayed. Next step is verify mobile stack is displaying with small letters. Thus, we need to give any test data for this step. So we are not entering any data, just we are verifying. If you are entering any data, you need to provide the data in the test data call. So here just we are verifying this mobile tab is displaying in the this mobile tab all letters should be displaying in the in small or not. So for this no need to give any test data, just we need to validate. Expected result is mobile tab should be displayed in mobile tab should be displayed in small letters. So, like this, manual testers will give test steps to us for every test case. Manual testers they will write test cases and they will give each and every step for this associated test case. So, according to these test steps, we need to we need to automate we need to automate this test case. Any doubts till this? This is just manual testing. Anyone having any doubts? Saujanya, Manasa.
No, Naveen, we are okay.
Okay. So, so like this manual testers will give steps. We need to automate these steps by using Selenium. By using Selenium. So for this, before before going to automate, our team, our team lead, our team lead will decide either we need to use Selenium with Java or Selenium with C Sharp or Selenium with Python. According to the client requirement, they will decide. So, maximum in all the companies now they are using Selenium with Java only. Now, nowadays, some of the companies migrating to Selenium with C Sharp because Microsoft provides Visual Studio free, so that's why they are trying to migrate to C Sharp. Okay, leave. So for doing automation, we need either Eclipse IDE or IntelliJ IDE. For doing automation, we need Eclipse IDE or IntelliJ IDE. So already I have installed IntelliJ in my application. Here first I will explain how we will automate by using Selenium. After this, why Java is required for Selenium. Why Java is required for Selenium. If I will explain Java now itself, you guys are thinking why Java is required for Selenium. Is it mandatory or not? So before going to Java, I will explain what is the how we will automate by using Selenium and why the Java concept is required. See here, just I am taking new project. I am using IntelliJ IDE. Compared to Eclipse, IntelliJ performance is very good. So that's why I am using IntelliJ IDE. File, new project. File, new project, Java. Just I given Selenium 31 project name. So like this, we will create Java. Like this, we will create project in the IntelliJ IDE. In the IntelliJ IDE, hello, are you able to see my screen? All of you?
Yes, we are
IntelliJ
able to
window.
see.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And you will provide the details to installation process and the initial setup, right?
Yeah, yeah, I will provide all the details. Now in this class, just I am explaining briefly.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
If I will,
Sorry.
if I, hello, yeah, you can go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry, Naveen. What is this IntelliJ ID? Uh, I missed it.
In,
Something.
IntelliJ IDE is, by using this IDE, we will write our automation scripts. Here we will write
Oh,
script. For example, in the Excel, what you did,
we wrote the
you
steps
have written your
manually.
test steps. Yeah, you have
Yeah.
written your test steps manually. So like this,
Mm-hmm.
by using IntelliJ IDE, we will write our code here.
What code?
Selenium code we will write here.
Okay, So Selenium doesn't have any platform. We are using IntelliJ ID.
Yeah,
Is that my
Selenium is an
understanding?
open source tool, so
Okay.
it will support in all IDEs. Actually,
Okay.
previously we all used Eclipse, Eclipse
Okay.
IDE, but nowadays compared to Eclipse IDE, IntelliJ is very speed and it is working very good compared to Eclipse.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Carry on.
Yeah, so like this, first we need to create one project in IntelliJ. In this project, in this project, first what you need to do, what we need to do, we need to create a class. We need to create a class because now I am hello. Now I am going to explain. Now I am going to explain the Java concepts. Why the Java concepts are required in Selenium. So first concept is class. Class is nothing but in the class. So normally what we will say in the classroom, classroom means what we will say, just in the real time, in the real world, what we will say for class,
Group of students.
group of students. So
Yeah.
like this in Java also, whatever code you want to return, whatever code you want to return, you need to create one class. In class you need to write all of your code. You need to write all of your code. So in the src, first you need to create one class. In the src folder, just right click on the src, new Java class. I have created Java class here. Please remember, while creating the class, while creating the class, first letter always in capital. First letter should be in capital. First letter should be in capital. If I am trying to create any new class with spaces, it will throw error. See, for example, I am trying to write like this: Amazon testing. Sorry. See, if I am trying to create, if I am trying to create my class with spaces, it will throw errors. So, while creating class, don't give any spaces. While creating class name, don't give any spaces here. That is the first thing. And if you want to, if you want to give, if you want to give your class name lengthy, then what you will do, instead of spaces, you can give either colon or either underscore or slash. See, like this: Amazon underscore st. It will accept this one. So don't give spaces in between two words. Don't give spaces in between the two words while creating the class. So now, what in the real world we are saying, class is nothing but group of students. So in the Java also, in the Java also, class is nothing but, class is nothing but group of objects. Class is nothing but group of objects. Class is nothing but group of objects. So in Java, each and everything will be treated as a object. For example, if you take classroom, in the classroom, in the classroom, for example, suppose 30 students is there in the classroom. So those 30 students will be treated as 30 objects. Those 30 students will be treated as 30 objects. Like this, in Java, each and everything will be treated as an object. Without object, without object, we can't able to create any class. Without object, we can't able to create any class, and we can't able to access anything from the class. For example, if you take banking system, account number, customer name, manager, so these all are, these all are also objects. Everything will be treated as object. In Java, everything should be treated as object. Please remember, everything should be treated as an object. That is nothing but, object is an instance of a class. Object is an instance of a class. Till now, any doubts?
No, no.
Please ping me if you have any doubts. Till now, I didn't go through the detail now. Just I explained what is class and what is object. What is class and what is object. So like in our classroom, number of students will be available. For each and every student having specific character. For example, in in my class, in my class, Saujanya is there and Mahalakshmi is there. So Saujanya's character and Saujanya's behavior is different, and Mahalakshmi and other ones different is different. So like this, like this in Java also, each and every object state and behavior also different. Each and every state and behavior, each and every object state and behavior also different. In a class, in the class we need to define for all the objects state and behavior. Whatever object you have taken, you need to define that object state and behavior here. For example, in a classroom, students is there. Students is there. For each and every students, we will track his marks. We will track his marks. We will track his attendance and what is his strength. So like this, in the classroom, teachers will track his record. Like this, like this, for each and every object state and behavior will be written inside the class. Each and every object, each and every object state and behavior we will written inside the class. If you are trying to write, if you are trying to write outside of the class, it will throw error. Anything you want to written, anything you want to written in the class, you need to write inside the class. You need to write inside the class. If the student is outside of, for example, just you can take real world example, classroom example only. If any student is outside of that class, if any student is not belongs to that class, so teacher will be, the class teacher will be track his record. No, teacher will not track his record, because whoever is attending, whoever is attending the class whoever is attending the class and how many students are belongs to that class, the teacher will track only those students record. The teacher will track only those students records and history. So like this, in Java also, in Java also, anything you want to anything you want to declare, anything you want to write, you need to write inside the class only. That is the basic fundamental. That is the one rule. That is the one rule. For example, for example, if I want to add two numbers, if I want to add two numbers, if I want to add two numbers means how we will add these two numbers. For example, I have 10 and 20. How we will add these two numbers? Addition. How we will do addition for these two numbers?
10 plus 20.
10 plus 20. Here 10 is one object. Here 10 is one object and 20 is one object. Here 10 is one object and 20 is one object. So like this, if I am trying to give these two numbers 10 and 20, if I am trying to give these two numbers 10 and 20 inside the class means between these two braces, between these two curly braces, whatever we are, what I said, whatever you want to write, you need to write inside the class. You need to write inside the class. So now I am trying to add two numbers 10 and 20. If I am trying to write, if I am trying to add 10 and 22 numbers inside the class, in 10 and 20, both are giving errors. Why? Because in our computers, how the data is stored, where the data will be stored in our computers. In our computers, data is stored in the memory. In our computers, data is stored in the memory. We have primary memory and secondary memory. So like this, we have temporary memory and permanent memory. We have temporary memory and permanent memory in our computers. In programming languages also, in programming languages also, whatever values you are giving, whatever values you are giving, so those values will be saved temporarily. Those values will be saved temporarily in the memory location. For example, in our computer we have memories like this: RAM. These are primary memories. RAM, ROM, hard disk. So like this we have memories. So what is the use of hard disk here in our computers? Hello, hello. You guys able to hear my voice?
Yeah, we are able to hear.
Yeah. What is the use of memory? What is the use of memory in our computer?
To store the
To
data.
store
To,
something.
to store the data. So in computer, our memory is divided into two types. I hope you guys, all of you know these things. We have RAM, ROM, and hard disk. So if you want to save your data permanently, where you are saving, where it will save. For example,
Hard disk.
I have one folder in C drive. I have one folder apps. So these all files will be saved in the hard disk permanently. These all will be saved in the hard disk. So like this, like this, in Java also, not only Java, in any programming language, if you are giving any values, if you are giving any values, they are saving temporarily inside the memory. They are saving temporarily inside the memory. The memories they are divided into. So inside the memory, like our computer, how they are divided memory in programming languages also, they are dividing, they are dividing they are dividing their memories. They are dividing their memory. In Java, we are calling those as data types. In Java, we are calling those are data types. So data types is nothing but what type of data you are storing, what type of data you are storing. So actually inside the memory, there is, inside the memory, if you want to save inside the memory, how they divided the Java memory, Java heap memory, they divided. If you want to save numerical numbers, if you want to save any numerical numbers, you can use, you can use numerical data type. You can use numerical data types. So if you are giving numeric, if you are providing numerical data types to that number, for example 10 is numerical number. If you are providing, if you are providing numerical data types to this number, numerical data type to this number, so automatically Java will treat it as this 10 number is a numerical number, this 10 number is a numerical number. I want to save this 10 number into the numerical space, into the numerical space. So like this, Java memory, Java heap memory is divided, Java heap memory is divided, is depending on the type of data. depending on the type of data, Java heap memory is divided. So we have different data types is available in Java. Not only in Java, all programming languages we have different data types. For example, if you want to save the numerical data, if you want to save the numerical data, if you want to save the numerical data, yeah, let me know 10 is an integer number or floating number.
Integer.
So depending on the number, depending on the number, they are dividing their numerical data. We have first one is numerical data types. First data type is numerical data types. Numerical data types. So the numerical data types are divided into, depending on the number, they are divided these data types. If you are providing integer number, if you are providing integer number, you need to use into data type. You need to use into into 10. So like this, if you are providing integer number, you need to use integer type data type. That means how that means how it will go. It is catching first, it will checking what type of, in this line what type of data, you are providing. So first it will check it is an integer type, then directly in the memory it will go to the integer registry. In the memory directly it will go to the integer registry, and whatever number is there, it is saving into that integer type, it is saving into that integer space. You guys understand this concept or not? Why the data types are important? If anyone not understand, please let me know. I will explain again, because it is the very important concept. Data types is mandatory. Without data type, we can't able to declare any object. We can't able to declare any object without data type. Saujanya, Sham, Manasa, or anyone.
Yeah, I
Any
understood.
doubts?
Yeah, like whatever the data type we are defining, the same data type we will use it to store in that.
Yeah. So here, if you see here, normally I given just 10 number. So it is giving error. Why? Because we need to specify which type of data this is. If you are providing the data type, if you are providing the data type, what backend it will do, directly it will go to the integer registry. For example, my memory is divided into float, double, into float, long, double. Like this my memory is divided. My numerical memory is divided like this into float, long, double. So if you want to use integer number, you need to provide data type into. You need to provide data type into. For example, if you want to use decimal values, that means like 10.5, like this. If you want to use decimal values, with decimal values, then that time we need to use float data type. Sorry, that time we need to use float data type. Sometimes your number is very long. Sometimes your number is very long. It is not sufficient to save that number in the integer type as well as float type. If your number is very long, it is not sufficient to save. It is not sufficient to save that number either in the integer or in the float. That time we will use long. That time we will use long numbers. If again your memory is not sufficient to long also, again your memory is not sufficient to long also, so that time you will go to double, you will go to double. Actually here we have the ranges, we have the data type ranges. No need to remember those ranges, no need to remember range. For example, integer data type, it will say it will accept 32-bit data. Integer data type accept 32-bit data. Like floating data type also accepting 32-bit data. Floating data type also accepting 32-bit data, and long is nothing but greater than 32. Long is nothing but greater than 32. Greater than 32. So double is nothing but 64-bit. 64-bit, but it will accept all the numbers. 64-bit, but it will accept all the integer numbers as well as floating numbers. For example, any doubts in this numerical data types? Don't remember this memory, this range, that is not required. In our case, the requirement is whatever numerical value. If you are using integer type of number, you need to use integer data type. If you are using 10.5 decimal numbers, then that time you need to use floating numbers. So for example, let us consider I want to add 10 plus 10.5. So what is the output for this number? If I add 10 plus 10.5 means what is the number?
20.5.
20.
20.5. So
And
that
should
means
be a float.
which type of data we need to use?
Float.
Float.
20.5 float. If your number is round off number, if your number is integer number, then that time only you need to use integer, or otherwise you need to use float. So before going to other data types, before going to like this, we have different data types. If you want to save, if you want to declare character, for example, if I want to declare n character, if I want to declare character n, so that time you need to specify data type is char. You need to specify your data type is char. If you want to, if you want to declare, if you want to use characters, that time you need to use char data type. For example, if you want to, if you want to use, if you want to say, if you want to say either true or false, if you want to say either true or false, if you want to say either true or false, that time you need to use boolean. Boolean data type. Boolean data type is nothing. When we will use boolean? Hello?
To check it true or false.
to check either true or false. To check either true or false, that time we will use boolean. So in programming languages, in programming languages, 0 is nothing but true. 0 is nothing but true and 1 is nothing but false. 1 is nothing but false. In programming languages, 0 means true, 1 means false. Either you can use 0 or 1. If you want to represent true value, either you can use either you can use 0. If you want to use false, either you can use false statement or use 1. If you want to, for example, if I want to declare words, if I want to declare words or mixed number of characters or any special characters, if I want to use Naveen 123 at the rate, so like this, if you want to use this is my name. So like this, if you want to declare any sentence, if you want to declare any sentence or any word or any mixed number of characters, or any mixed number of characters, either numbers or special numbers or anything, so that time you need to use your data type as string. That time you need to use your data type as string. String, this is my name. String, this is my name. So like this, we need to use data types before before declaring before declaring before declaring any value or any object, before using any object or any value or any number, you need to specify you need to specify the data type. You need to specify the data type of that number, of that one. You need to specify the data type. I hope you guys understand what is the importance of data type.
Yes, sir, we understood.
Manasa, Neeraja,
Yes, sir, we understood.
yeah, okay. So yeah, let me know. I have apps folder. Apps folder is there. Let us consider any one of your machine. Apps folder is there. So I am saying, for example, I am saying to Sham, please open apps folder. Sham, please open apps folder. Then Sham, what you will do? If I will tell, please open apps folder, what you will ask that time?
Where it is, like a which location? Is it in C drive or D drive?
Which location? So that means this this apps folder is saved in the C drive. What I will say, I have saved my apps folder in the C drive. Please go to the C drive. Please go to the C drive and check apps folder is available or not. You are saying one reference. You are saying one reference. You are saying one reference. The apps file folder is saved into the C drives. Here C drive is the one reference. Here C drive is the one reference. Like this, here, like this in Java also. In Java also, if you are declaring any number, if you are declaring any number, you need to provide any reference variable. You need to provide any reference variable. So what is this means? What is this? Yeah. What is this meaning? Apps file is saved in the
C
apps
drive.
file is saved in the C drive. So like this, my 10 number is saved in the a variable. We are calling this as variable. Variable is nothing but we are saving the temporary data. We are saving the temporary data. We are saving the temporary data. That means it is the fundamental unit of storage. Just we are storing one value into one variable. We are saving one value into variable. If next time, if next time I want to I want 10 number, then what I will do?
I will take the reference A.
So you will take reference A and you will get 10 value.
It will.
You will get 10 value. So that is the variables uses. That is the variables use. Understand what is the importance of variable? Variable is nothing but you need to save some temporary data. You are going to save some temporary data. How we are assigning that how we are assigning that value, that 10 value into a variable is by using the is equal to relationship. By using the is equal to relationship. Is equal to relationship. That means 10 value is saved in the a variable. 10 value is saved in the a variable. 10 value is saved in the a variable. So understand what is the relationship between a and 10, how we are declaring the relationship between a and 10 is by using equal to. That means we are assigning 10 value, we are assigning 10 value, or we are saving 10 value into a variable. We are saving 10 value into a variable. We are saving 10 value into a variable. For example, I want to save I want to save 25 into C variable. How you will write?
C equals 25. Integer. If you want to
C
define
equal
the
to
data type.
C equal to 25. So C equal 25. Like this, we will say we will use our variables. Sometimes we will declare values. Sometimes we will not declare values. I will tell you how. Before going to that, before going to that, what I said, everything everything in the back side, everything in the back end, if you are giving any number, if you are giving any number or any value, you need to provide your data type. You need to provide your data type before using this number. Before that you need to provide your data type. For 25, what data type we will use? Saujanya.
Int.
So like this we need to write our line. If you want to save integer, your number is 25, that number is saved in the C variable. That number data type is int. That number data type is int. If I will declare like this, what it will give?
Error because it's not an integer, it's a float. No?
It will give error because it is an integer number. It is an integer number. It will give error. Till now, anyone having doubts? Hello? Till now, anyone
No,
having any doubts?
I am good.
Okay. Okay. So, whatever values you are assigning to this whatever values you are assigning to the C variable, this is static. This is static. That means already you are assigning one value into the C. Already you are assigning one value into the C. Already you are assigning one value into the C. If you want to give that value, for example, I have 5 lines. This is my name. This is my name. Whatever value is there in the name, whatever value is available in the fifth line, whatever value whatever value I am getting in the fifth line, whatever value I am getting in the fifth line, I want to save that value. I want to save that value into the C variable. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Whatever value I am getting in the fifth line, whatever number I am getting in the fifth line, I want to save that number into the C variable. I want to save that number into the C variable. If I want to save 50 number into the C variable, how you will write? Generally, if you want to save 50 number into the C variable, how you will write? Anna sir, if I want to save 50 number into the C variable, how you will write?
C equals to 50. Int C equals to
into
50.
into C equal to 50.
50.
Into C equal to 50. So, but already you have declared into C equal 25. That means you are assigning some value into the C variable. You are assigning some value into the C variable. But according to the your requirement, again you want to save 50 value into C variable. So what you need to do that time, initially don't assign any value, just to declare variable and that just to declare variable and data type. Just to declare variable and data type, and you can reuse that variable after that. Just C equal to 50. Whenever your requirement is whenever your requirement is static, whenever your requirement is static, then that time you will initialize value into the variable. You will initialize value into the variable. So now I initially I assigned value into C as 20. If my requirement is changing, if my requirement is changing in the runtime, if my requirement is changing in the runtime, then that time just just declare just declare variable, just declare variable and that variable data type. Just declare one variable and that variable data type, but don't initialize any value. Don't save any value. In runtime you can initialize your value. So like this. If you want to save dynamically, if you want to save dynamically, then like this you will use. If you want to initialize value into the variable initially itself, then that time you can directly declare value for that variable. Understand? Hello, till now all are clear?
Yes,
Yes.
we are good.
Okay. So that is the data types, class, object, data types and variables. Now I am writing sample program to add two numbers. Now I am writing sample program to add two numbers into a equal to 10, into b equal to 20, into c equal to a plus b, into c equal to a plus b. If you want to check the output, if you want to check the output, what you will do, if you want to check the output, what you need to do, you need to run your program. But is there any run option is available in this? Are you able to see any run menu, run option, show,
No.
contest, paste, like these options are showing?
No,
But any run option is showing here?
no,
Any run button is enabled here?
no.
So why? Because if you want to run any program, if you want to run any program, if you want to run any program in the Java, the entry point, the entry point to run your program is main method. Is it showing now?
Hmm.
Without main method, you can't able to run your Java program. Without main method, you can't able to run your Java program. I will explain later what is the importance of main and all things. As of now, remember, without without main, without main, you can't able to run your Java program. If you want to see output in the console window, you need to write system.out.println. See whatever value you want to see in the output, you need to give that value. Initially it will take time because we are running first time. See, I got 30 value. Process finished with exit code 0 means it, your program is ran successfully. Your program ran successfully. If your process finished with exit code once means one means it is failed. If you want to display this value, if I will not give this statement system.out.println, your program, your edition program ran successfully. But are you able to see output for this one here? Hello.
No, because we have commented that step.
So if you want to comment any line, you need to double. You need to give two slashes, two forward slashes. So we are calling this window as console window. This is console window. This process finishes exit code 0. We are calling this as console window. This is project explorer. Here your project structure. This side you can able to see your project structure. This is the coding part. If you, for example, if you want to comment all the lines, that time what you need to do, control shift forward slash, control shift forward slash. If you want to uncomment again, just again do like that, control shift forward slash. If you want to comment, control shift forward slash. If you want to uncomment black off lines, that time also you need to use control shift forward slash. Okay, if you guys are clear till this, now I will explain our test case, how we will do.
Yes, please.
So what you need to do first step is, in your test case what it is there, navigate to the Amazon application. So what you need to do, you need to provide your test data as https www.amazon.in, https www.amazon.in. So which browser now I am using? What is this browser?
Chrome.
So this is the Chrome browser. This is the Amazon application. So what I said in Java, everything is every student is one,
Object.
every student is one object. In Selenium, in Selenium, whatever 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 is showing in the application, whatever is showing in the application, it is treated as web element. It is treated as web element. For example, for example, if I want to save 10 number, how I written into C equal to 10, into C equal to 10, because 10 data type is integer. So that's why I am using. If I want to if I want to save this internal mobiles value, if I want to save this internal mobiles value in mobiles into any of the variable, if I want to save mobiles into any of the variable, what I will do, the data type is web element, web element, web element C equal to mobiles. I will explain later. So that means In Selenium, everything will be treated as a web element. All is one web element, best sellers is one web element, mobiles is one web element, today's deals is one web element. So everything will be treated as a web element. So now what I wanted to do, if you guys have 10 minutes time, I will tell, or otherwise we will discuss tomorrow. Can I continue or stop?
If possible, try to finish off that test case, Naveen.
Okay. So for this, what you need to do, for this what, now our application now we ran our edition program into the, now we ran our edition program into, we ran our edition into the main method. Now we ran our edition method into the main method from the Amazon class, from the Amazon class. For example, in the Amazon testing, in the Amazon testing, previously I can able to write system.out. Previously I can able to write system.out.println. But now I am trying to write system.out.println. I can't able to write. Why?
Because of main method.
So because of, if you want to use anything, you need to write inside the methods. I will explain later what is the method meaning. Public void add method, public void add method into a equal to 10 into b equal to 20 into c equal to a plus b, system dot out dot println c. See here, I can't able to see run option here. I can't able to see run option here. So I can't able to see run option here. Why? Because what is the entry point to run your Java program?
Main.
Main method.
Main method is required. Here what method I written? The method name is add. Here the method name is add. If you want to run your program, main method is required. If you want to run your program, main method is required. So main, if you want to run your addition method, if you want to run your addition method, what you need to do, what I said, inside the class everything is a,
Object.
in everything is an object. Inside the class Java will be treated as an object. So if you want to get, if you want to run, if you want to get, if you want to get this addition method output, if you want to get this addition method output, if you want to access this addition method, add method, you need to create object for this class. You need to create object for this class. If you create object for this class, you can able to access all the methods inside this class. So how we will create object as, how we will create object as the object creation syntax for class. If you, if you want to access anything inside the class, you need to create object. If you want to access anything inside the class, you need to create object. How we will create object is, class name, object name anything, object name that is your wish, object name equal to, by using new keyword we will create object for that class. By using new keyword we can create object for that class. Object name equal to new class name. So like this, we need to create object for every class. If you want to access inside the class, if you want to access anything inside the class, first you need to create object. So now I taken on, now I am in the same class, but I can't able to access add method directly. I can't able to run add method directly. See, I can't able to run add method. Why? Because
Yes.
I need to create object. So what is the object creation syntax? Class name. What is our class name now? What is our class name?
Result
This is the
testing.
class name. Amazon testing is the class name. The class declaration syntax is class class name. Class name is your wish, but before that you need to give class. So now our class name is Amazon testing. Anything you can use for object name. That is your wish. Obj equal to new class name of new class name of. Now I can able to access add method. See, if I put dot, so that means what you understand here. If you are creating object for a new Amazon testing class, if you are creating object for the new Amazon testing class by using new keyword, whatever whatever methods written in the inside the class, you can able to access those methods. See, all will be saved. Now all will be saved in this obj. All will be saved in this obj. If I put dot obj dot, it will give all the methods. What are the methods are available, that methods will give. So now I want to use add method. Just I will call this add method. If I run this method now, I got 30 answer. So anyone having any doubts in this line, this is the main important syntax. Without this you can't able to run your programs, because I can't able to run my add program. Why? Because object is required to access, to run this method. To run this method object is required. So what is the syntax for object? Amazon testing. Amazon testing is nothing but my class name. Class name object obj equal to new class name. Please let me know any doubts here. Manasa or anyone.
No, sir, we are good.
All are good. Okay.
Yeah.
Now in Selenium also, now let's move to Selenium concepts. If you want to automate those test steps, first we need to convert our project into Maven, because we need to add dependency. We need to add Selenium dependency to our project. We need to add Selenium dependency to our project. So all the dependencies will be available in the Maven. Just right click on the project, right click on the project. How we will convert our project into Maven? Right click on the project, add framework support, Maven, click on OK.
What it is for exactly, Navin? Why we need to use, like, what is the benefit with the
So
Maven?
as of actually Maven, we can able to use build tool. Maven is an build tool. We will use in the DevOps also, in the CI/CD pipelines. In Java, in specifically in Java, why we will use? Because now we need Selenium. We need Selenium to
Yes.
automate our web applications. We need Selenium. So the dependency is required. Now the dependency is required. All the dependencies are available in the Maven repository. All the dependencies are available in the Maven repository. So that's why we are converting our project into Maven.
Okay, so that we can use the Selenium features or predefined.
Yeah, so that we can able to use the Selenium features. If I see, if you want to, if you want to add Selenium dependency, what you need to do, you need to go to MVN repository, you need to go to MVN repository, and you need to set Selenium. So now we are using Selenium Java, that's why I am taking Selenium Java. Here it is showing Java Selenium versions. Here it is showing Selenium versions. So
Okay.
whatever version you want to use, you can use that version. I'm using 4.1.2 now. What you need to do, just you need to copy this dependency. You need to copy this dependency in the MVN repository and go to your project. If you are converted your project into Maven, if you are converted your project into Maven, it will show pom.xml. You need to add that dependency into the pom.xml. You need to add the dependency into the pom.xml.
So this will be
Depend,
different between the versions, like whatever the Selenium version we are using, we have to copy from
yeah,
that, or
this,
it's generic.
yeah, yeah. Just you need to, whatever version you want, you need to click on that version and just to copy this dependency, this 4 lines
Okay.
in the dependency tags. So just to copy paste in between this dependencies tag, just right click Maven, select Maven, right click, select Maven, reload project. Pom.xml. So that means all your dependencies are saving in form.xml. All your dependencies are saving in the form.xml. Previously, how they do, if you are go to the, if you are select file, project structure, libraries, new project library, you need to select project library. What you need to do, you need to download. So now how we are installing Windows applications, we are downloading that, we are downloading that .exe file and we are saving. Previously previously how we do, first we are saving all the dependencies into our, in our one folder. Previously how we do, we save all dependencies in one of the folder and we will navigate to the file for project structure. See, now all libraries are, directly add. Now all libraries directly added. Before that, there is no libraries.
Okay.
If
Yeah.
you so previously like that we did, but by using pom.xml, by you by using pom.xml, if you are converted your project into the Marvin project, if you are converting your project into the Marvin project, whatever dependencies is required, those all the dependencies are available in the MVN repository. That is Marvin repository. Just you copy the dependency and you paste it in the pom.xml. Automatically your libraries will be saved. Your libraries will be available in your project. Understand what is the use of pom.xml, or anyone having any doubts? Hello, this is the
No,
main thing.
still not clear, Nagin, sorry. Um, so our program for the addition of two numbers, I'm clear
Okay.
till that. But after that, what did you do? What is Marvin and all? I didn't
Yeah,
understand the relation between Selenium and Marvin.
yeah, Selenium is the third party tool. Selenium is an open source tool. If you, for example, if you want to use, if you want to use, if you want to use Excel in your mobile, if you want to use Excel in your mobile, what you will do
I'll
in your
install
mobile?
the Excel app.
You will install the Excel app.
Yeah,
So that that Excel app will be available in the Google Play Store.
yes.
So like that,
Mm-hmm.
all all your dependencies will be available in the Maven.
What is dependency means, please can you?
Dep- for example, you want Excel, you want Excel, mm, that is your dependency.
Mm-hmm.
That is your dependency. Excel, that is your dependency. So
Mm.
the dependency is available in the Google Play Store.
Okay.
So like that, now now we are learning Selenium. Now we are
Mm-hmm.
learning Selenium course. Directly Selenium is not available. Directly
Okay.
Selenium is not available. That
Mm-hmm.
Selenium is an third party tool. That Selenium is
Mm-hmm.
an third party tool, open source tool. That Selenium is an third party open source tool. So
Mm-hmm.
we need to add that open source dependency. We need to add that open source dependency to our project. Whatever project I created, I want to add the dependency to my project.
Okay.
Till now, is it clear?
Yes, yes.
So previously, in in olden days, how we did, we saved all these dependencies. That means all these exe files into one folder. We
Mm-hmm.
will save all those dependencies, download and save it in to one folder. But
Mm-hmm.
nowadays, all are available in the pom.x. Sorry, all are available in the Maven. Like
Mm-hmm.
our Google Play Store, all our
Mm-hmm.
dependencies, all our apps are available into the Maven repository. So
Okay.
that's way I'm converting my Java. Initially, I created Java project. Is it okay?
Oh,
Initially, I
yes.
created Java project. Now I want to
Mm.
use my project for Selenium purpose. So that's way I converted my project into the Maven. That's why I converted my project into the Maven. How we will how we will know our project is converted into the Maven or not? If the
Mm-hmm.
pom.xml file is created inside your project structure. See
Mm-hmm.
the left side. If your pom.xml is created inside your project structure, that means your project is converted into the Maven. Is it okay till
Mm-hmm.
this?
Okay. Can you please show
So
where in this code our project name or anything should be there, right?
yeah,
It
already
will
it
be
is
there?
there now. Selenium.
No, in this just code
In this
pom.xml.
pom.xml you are asking.
Yes, yes,
See,
please.
artifact ID, group ID.
Okay.
And one more question.
I will
So
explain.
apart
I
from
will
the
explain that one later. What is the use of? What is the importance of this form.xml? Why we need just for this purpose, for automation purpose, because our time is already 20 minutes gone. Yeah,
Okay.
Sham, you can ask.
yeah. So apart from the Maven, do we have any alternatives, or only currently everyone will use the Maven for the Selenium?
Currently, everyone using Maven only for Selenium Java.
Okay. Well, if it is for apart from Java, if you are using any other thing, then it will be different, or
For Python that is different. If you are
okay.
using, just give me 1 second. For example, if I want to use Visual Studio, that means C sharp.
Okay.
So for Java, we converted our project into Maven because all are available into the Maven repository. Like in Visual Studio,
Yes.
all these dependencies are available into the NuGet package manager. Just I am creating new project for sample purpose. This is in the C sharp. Take any project. See, if I want to add any, if now I want to add my Selenium dependency in my C sharp project, what I will do, I will go to tools, I will go to navigate, I will navigate to NuGet package manager. Here I will browse Selenium. See, like this, it will show here. In Selenium, in C sharp, we are using Visual Studio IDE. For C sharp, we are using Visual Studio IDE. In Visual Studio, we will add our dependency like this. From NuGet package manager, we will add. For
Okay.
Java projects, we will use. First we need to create our. We will convert our Java project into Maven project, and we need to add our Selenium dependencies.
So, like
Anyone
coming
having
like
any
this,
doubts?
uh, one more last question. Sorry. So
Yeah.
we can import the Selenium related directly, right? We can't do that, or
Yeah, previously we did that one only.
okay,
Yeah,
okay,
I explained that one only. Now,
yeah, yeah,
previous days
okay,
we used that one. Now all are ready made. All
okay,
are
okay.
available here. So, for example, your project is required 50 or 100 dependencies. So, if you want to download and if you want to, your memory size is increased and your time also elapsed. So, if you are using
Maven is free
Maven
only,
repo,
I would say license. Do we need any
no, it is free too. It
free?
is
Okay,
free. It is free version. All the all the dependencies also available.
okay, Naveen,
in
thank
your
you.
project in your project how you will add in the pom.xml under the dependencies you need to add your dependency. If you have another dependency, for example, if I want if I want another dependency, what I will do, I will search the dependency. For example, I want JUnit. So I will click on that JUnit and I will go to that version and I will copy this dependency and I will paste here. Like this I will paste. Anyone having any doubts till this? We will continue tomorrow this session.
Okay, and Naveen, like, what is the duration of this overall course?
If you want only Selenium with Java, it will complete by 45 days. If you want both Selenium with Java and C sharp, it will take 60 to 70 days.
For tomorrow also, we can join the same meeting request meeting.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, our team will share link.